departments, and then after that, you'll be able to pick what department you go to. I know I'm interviewing you as LSPD, but which department would you like to join if you had to pick off the top of your head, BCSO or LSPD?
I like the city.
You do?
It's a nice break from the countryside I'm used to, so I guess I'd say LSPD.
Cool deal. And it might change. If it changes, it's totally fine. But BCSO is in the city quite a bit, so it's kind of turned. It was intended to be up north a lot, but as you can see, the activity up north is not as heavy, so they are in the city quite a bit. So,
Fair enough.
this is kind of a scenario question. How would you handle a situation where you witness a fellow recruit or officer engaging in unethical behavior?
Well, to start, I would make sure that no one's in earshot so that there's no as little escalation as possible. But then I'd call them out on it and be like, "Hey, like that's not what we stand for as a badge member, you know." And I'd give them that verbal warning, and if it continues to persist, I'd bring it up with a commanding officer.
Cool deal. Sweet, great answer. What are your expectations for the academy training, and how do you plan to handle the physical and mental challenges of the program?
Um, as far as expectations go, I don't know that I have any in particular. I'm just looking to get out there and start doing my work. And how do I expect to get through it? I've been around the block a few times. I got that country boy strength, you know,
Yeah.
the farmer strength. I think I'll be okay.
Cool deal. Good answer. How do you stay informed about the SOPs?
I would imagine it'd be through the emails, which I need to
Yeah.
sign up to again.
Which they'll be in our emails too, but if you are going to attend the academy, they're available to the actual main emails as well, so you can refresh your memory on those. Obviously, take more into depth after you know you're starting the academy, but if you just want to look over those, you can. So.
Okay.
Effective communication is essential in law enforcement. Can you share a time when you had to de-escalate a tense situation, and how did you approach it?
Yes, actually, I have a perfect example. There was one time there was this wedding that was happening,
Uh-huh.
and well, some ne'er-do-wells, let's go with that term, brought firearms to the wedding and tried to hold a hostage, and I was not contracted, but set up as the negotiator
Uh-huh.
for that scene, and it took a good, I don't even know, 30, 45 minutes maybe, where we were just talking to them, trying to make sure that they didn't hurt anyone, got what they wanted so that they could let everyone go, that kind of thing, and we eventually got everyone out without any injuries right there.
Cool deal. How would you deal with a situation where a friend or family member is involved in a crime?
Um, Realistically speaking, I think as long as there's other officers available, I defer to their judgment on that, seeing as I would not be impartial there.
Yep.
If there are no other officers available, I would follow the letter of the law.
Cool deal. Sweet. Police work requires teamwork. Can you provide an example of a time where you successfully worked with a team to achieve a goal?
Well, like I don't want to keep harking back on to my previous experience, but that is the same thing there. It's just a lot of teamwork. Whenever we went on patrols, we usually went out in pairs so that if we did fall into trouble, nothing would happen to one of us without the other being able to take action, you know. And then
I'm good. Yeah. Cool deal.
yeah.
Sweet, man. Now it's good that you're referring back to your previous work, so don't worry about you referring back to it because it actually equivalates to the same things we do. So, in your mind, what are 10 codes? What are they used for? And if you know any, would you please list some examples?
You said 10 codes?
Yes, sir. 10 codes.
You're talking like the radio codes, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I would be ashamed to say I don't know them off the top of my head. I think
That's totally fine.
1082 or something is like that is confirmed, but other
Yeah.
than that, I'm not sure.
No, you're good. So, like, 10 codes is just a way that we communicate to each other. It's short and simple. That way, other officers know what you're talking about. But like 1080 would be car chase, vehicle pursuit. 1070 is foot pursuit. 1013, 1013 shots fired, and then you got like 1097, which is you responding to a call. Things like that. So 1068 is a robbery. That way you don't announce over radio, hey, I'm going to a robbery at the moment. You just announce, hey, 100 is going to be 1097 and latest 1068. And then I just say 1068 in Mirror Park or wherever the location's at. That way other officers know. So
Okay.
cool deal. Describe a challenging situation you faced in the past and how you handled it. Do you think this experience will help you as a police officer?
Well, there was before I became a police officer in Blackwater area, I was trying to set up this private security firm,
Uh huh.
and it took me a long time of negotiating with people and hiring the right people and all sorts of stuff like that. I would describe that as one of the bigger challenges I faced in my time involved in. I guess that's not law enforcement, but enforcement, I guess, is what we'll go with. Um, where Man, that was tough. It took a long time, and it was a lot of stamina required for that.
Cool deal. How do you think law enforcement can build strong relationships with the community?
Well, community outreach is always huge. One thing that's amazing is just having conversations with people. You'd be surprised, maybe not, because you've been in this department longer than I have, but you'd be surprised how often police officers just only talk amongst themselves and don't feel the need to interact with the community at large. And I don't agree with that at all. That's something I stand against.
Yeah,
Community needs to be all of us, not just these little groups.
cool deal. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So that's a great answer because I literally do community outreach all the time. I'll usually pull up somewhere, usually if it's like an event or something, and just talk to people. So that way they get the good look from the officer side, besides just oh you're being arrested. So then they think PD is just W mentality, if I could say. Like
Yeah.
oh yeah, you just go for arrest. That's all you do. So. How do you handle feedback or constructive criticism? Can you give an example of a time where you have received constructive feedback and how you acted on it?
I handle it incredibly well. I don't know about a specific time though. There's been a good few of those that come to mind, I guess. Um, there was this one time where while I was acting as a police officer, and this was right after I got hired. I may have discharged my weapon earlier than I intended, or not intended to, but needed to, as
Uh,
far as the situation goes. And my commanding officer pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, like that's not how we do things here. You know, we're not as trigger happy as you might assume the West to be."
yep.
And well, you can see from me rising the ranks after that that I really took his criticism to heart.
Cool deal. This one's going to be a scenario-based question. Just answer it to the best of your ability. How would you handle a car involving a domestic dispute where both parties are emotionally charged?
Um, well, one, I would hope I'm not alone on that because that's a multi hands kind of deal. And then two, I would do my best to split them apart, try and get them away from each other where calmer tensions can rise. And then three, I would do what I can to hear out both sides of the story and listen to them and do what I can from there. Ultimately, though, I would still defer to the letter of the law as far as what's going on with the legality issues there. But when it comes to hearing out both sides of the story, I think that really goes a long way, and just people just like to be heard.
Yep. Cool deal. What are some long-term career goals within law enforcement? Are there specific areas or specialties that you are interested in, such as SWAT or K9?
Nothing in particular. I was just hoping to get on patrols and start doing my thing.
Cool deal.
Better than a restaurant, which I have no interest in, and other stuff like that. As far as like which specific unit, K9 sounds cool. I guess that'd be fun.
Cool deal. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
What's up? I know. Sorry. If found working with a gang or affiliated with a gang, you will be terminated immediately and face prosecution. Do you understand? That's only if you're not in CID, like if you're not doing gang work. So
Okay. Yeah, I understand that completely.
cool deal. Do you understand that employment as an LEO is at will and you can be removed at any time without prior notice?
Yes.
Cool deal. Hire, yes, I would. Right after interview, check to see if they were. You don't have any felonies or anything like that, do you?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so.
Alright, cool deal. Let me see. What's your name again? Thomas?
Scott Thomas.
Scott Thomas. I said it backwards. My bad, brother. Nah, you're good. Okay, sweet. Alright, brother, that conducts the interview for me. Do you have any questions?
No, nothing like that. When actually, yeah. When does Academy start?
It'll be this Saturday, this coming Saturday, unless they can get class.